Hey there folks, Baltasaro here, happy to be coming back to you guys from my coffee table with Pokémon Trading Card Game for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. I know, 3 LPs going on at once. Seriously, you're all over the place. I'm sorry, I am all over the place. This game, pretty much a throwback, as you can see right there, 1998, but still very much a fun game. I'm really happy to be sharing this one with you guys. While I get the name set up, I just want to share the nature of this LP. I have not played this in quite a while on my Game Boy, so there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. That's why, I should say a relearning curve. That's why I'm calling this a semi-blind LP. I know what's going on, I know how to play, I know a lot of the high points, but there's some nuances that I'm probably going to have to remember as we go along. So I hope you guys are looking forward to learning along with me. But we're thrust right into the story. Ryan is crazy about Pokemon and Pokemon card collecting. One day, Ryan heard a rumor. The legendary Pokemon cards, the extremely rare and powerful cards held by Pokemon Trading Card Game's greatest players. The Grandmasters are searching for one to inherit the legend. Dreaming of inheriting the legendary Pokemon cards, Ryan visits the Pokemon card researcher, Dr. Mason. So we get a little quick preview of the overworld map here. I have no control over my player. He's doing this all on his own, and God, he's hauling ass. Oh, why the rush, Ryan? What? You want to learn how to play the Pokemon trading card game? So you too finally want to start playing the card game. Well, dueling is more fun than just collecting cards. First, you should try playing with a practice deck. Here, I'll give you this deck, and now you'll need an opponent. Hey, Sam, play with him for a while. Yes, Dr. Mason. Hello, Ryan. Okay, let's give it a try. I don't know if you noticed, everyone walks in place in this game. Like, is everyone just dancing? Are they walking in place? Is it some form of exercise? Shit, I have no idea. Hey, Ryan, hurry and come over here! Again, no control over the player. I have no idea why I'm not cool enough to just walk over there. First, ask Sam the basics of the game. No, I already know how to play. Okay, Ryan, what do you want to ask about? Well, I can ask about energy, attacking, retreating, evolving Pokemon, Pokemon power, ending your turn, or nothing. I'm going to ask nothing and you will like it while we're all dancing. Is that all? Of course it is. I already know how to play the damn game. And I'll explain to the nice people watching on the internet. Basically, this begins probably the longest tutorial I've ever played, at least in a Game Boy game. I can see how it's good if no one's played the Pokemon trading card game before, but honestly, if you're going out of your way to buy the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy, you should probably already know how to play, or at least you can assume the audience does. Then again, actually, nerd moment here, Pokemon Trading Card Game was actually the pack-in with the Game Boy Color, so I stand corrected. There are a shit ton of people that have this game and might have no idea how to play it. This is perfect. This is the most fantastic, most perfect tutorial ever. Okay, God, I can't even make myself believe that. Honestly, this tutorial is extremely annoying, but seeing as it is the pack-in game for the Game Boy Color, I can see how they need to hold your goddamn hand through this entire thing. Basically, I'm going to be skipping through this as fast as I can, just explaining the game in my own way to you guys, because I feel like you like it when I explain things my own way. Basically, once you get your first 7 cards, you can choose your active Pokemon and then any other basic Pokemon you have on your bench. Basically, basic Pokemon are anything that's unevolved. So, you have to keep evolving your Pokemon when each battle starts. We'll get to that as it goes on. And I must say, it takes a little while, but this tutorial is pretty good. It's a great introduction. This is completely scripted, the cards aren't shuffled. Basically, Dr. Mason tells you in excruciating detail exactly what to do, to the point that it becomes step by step, and if you don't follow every goddamn step, he whines at you, he yells, and then you have to do the whole turn over again. So basically, what he wants us to do, attach a water energy to our little Goldeen here, and then attack. So, the game works a lot like, I shouldn't say a lot like, kind of like, you know, the RPG, only with cards. That's a terrible way of putting it. You can get that from the title. Basically, you have energy cards that you need to attach to your Pokemon before you can attack. We have a water energy attached. We use an attack. Different Pokemon have different attacks. Some have different side effects like paralysis, confusion. I'll explain those as we come across them. But this is basically the game. You attach Pokemon, you draw cards, you place Pokemon, you evolve them, attach energies to them, so you can use different attacks. Basically, if you can knock out all of your opponent's Pokemon, you win, or if you knock out enough Pokemon that you get all of the prize cards that you saw put out in the beginning of the game, you win also. But we'll explain that too as we go along. I don't know why I feel the need to explain this right now. Yes, Dr. Mason, I get it. You're a doctor of a Pokemon. You have a doctorate in a card game. I'm sorry, your degree's worthless. I don't know if anybody out there has a friend or themselves or a parent, somebody that has a doctorate, has a PhD in a trading card game. I'm sorry, you just kind of suck. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is evolve into Sea King, yeah, and then use Waterfall. And believe it or not, if you actually attach a water energy here, you have to start over. Basically, that little star means colorless, basically meaning that you can use any sort of energy type you like. You don't need to, you're not, stuck to a certain type. And of course, you can attach as many energy cards as you like, just as long as you have enough for any given attack you want to use. Okay, we get it. I will admit, this tutorial especially moves a little slow, and the game can move a little slow at times. Hopefully that's where the dialogue kicks in. That's where it becomes a little more fun. I'm allowed to be silly, I'm allowed to make you guys laugh. So hopefully we can get that out of the way. Get the laughter out of the way, I'm sure. And this game can be a little frustrating, I will admit. The coin flips especially. There are times, my god, the coin flips in this game, a lot of things like paralysis, confusion, things like that, different effects are decided by the flip of a coin. And honestly, I have no idea what we're supposed to do here. I'm guessing. Yep, that's exactly what we were supposed to do. And we can use Waterfall again. Perfect. You draw another card. Excuse me, you draw another card every round so you can get more Pokemon, different trainer cards, which we'll explain as the time comes across. Okay, a water energy. And once you get a prize card, it comes into your hand, so you can use that also. That being said, most games will have 4 prize cards that you'll need to get to win, and then the boss battles have 6. This being a practice game, there's only 2, whatever. And now we draw another card, and I'm trying to remember what this is. Okay, it's a Drowsy, another Pokemon. Okay, Professor Mason, Dr. Mason, you're not even a professor. They don't even... Pokemon University doesn't even want you. You just have... I mean, you have a laboratory. What do you do there? You just sit around and dance. You don't even do research. You teach poor bastards like me how to play Pokemon, even though we already friggin' know how. Basically, let's see, what do you want us to do here? Do you want us to attach a There we go, perfect. Okay, and just use Waterfall? Perfect. Okay, unfortunately our Sea King is going to die. But in Pokemon Trading Card Game, that is the name of the game. You don't get, potions and things like that as often as you like, and honestly, it makes little sense to keep using the same trainer cards. You're going to lose Pokemon, basically. As long as you get all the prize cards, you're going to be fine. And this game can be a little difficult at times. It packs on the challenge sometimes. That being said, mostly an easy game. I'm hoping there won't be a lot of times I'm going to have to be screaming at the game because I'm getting my ass handed to me or something like that. It's not super challenging, but... excuse me. That's one thing I'll apologize for. In this episode and the next couple that I'll be recording here in a little bit, I am getting over a little bit of a throaty kind of cold sort of thing. That's actually the reason that I've been shying away from recording for you guys the past couple of days, but honestly it just came to a head. I've been sick of sitting here watching my YouTube channel be vacant, watching all of my other, excuse me, watching everybody else. Did I do this in the wrong order? No, I didn't. Okay. And we're just going to use Slap here, and wow, I could have sworn there was something else I was supposed to do there. And now it's Sam's turn. He looks a little nerd. It's a nerdy guy. I think the voice suits him pretty well. Then again, he is the assistant of basically a glorified, unemployed, gray-haired, whatever. Okay. Okay, and I believe the next card we get is a potion? Oh, no, never mind. It's another Sea King that we can't use. Oh, that's right. We already have a potion. So this is a whole turn devoted to using a potion and attacking. That takes 3 steps. That takes 15 seconds of friggin' dialogue just to use a potion. Honestly, that's the one thing I think they could have done a little better. But this being, kind of a basic, somewhat early Game Boy Color release, I think it does as well as it... Damn it, what the hell was I supposed to do? Okay. Oh, choose star you. Oh, we're supposed to attach another water energy here. Alright. I'll see that. We'll actually need a water energy by the end of this turn, and I'm forgetting to do the potion again. That's one thing that's kind of tricky-dicky. You don't just have to do over the step that you screwed up. You have to do the entire freaking turn over again. But whatever. Machop takes 20 damage. I'm not going to complain. Not gonna bitch about it. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm fine, folks. That being said, I am recording this on Christmas Eve here in the United States. I'm in around most of the world. I want to wish everyone here, again, a happy holiday season, happy Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas Eve, whatever. As we draw Starmie into our deck here, how fortuitous we have the card that we've been preparing to use. God, if only every battle in this game could be as easy. Once we get out of this tutorial game, we don't get these annoying-ass instructions, and everything actually is random, believe it or not. That being said, I have a problem with the coin tosses in this game. Honestly, they're slanted as all hell. I never seem to get the rolls I want to, where as the computer seems to get them, seemingly it will. But that's for another episode. This is the intro. This is scripted walkthrough game. This is nice. This is calm. Basically, that's how paralysis works. If the Pokemon gets paralyzed via the coin flip, of course, Starmie's move, Star Freeze, 50% chance on the coin flip that it'll become paralyzed. Basically, paralysis is just loss of a turn in this game. Confusion is another effect, and then sleep is another one that we'll get to when they come along. So, of course, Dr. Mason just explains what I said 5 minutes ago. You pick up the last prize, you're the winner, and we're going to do that right now. Really, we have to do the paralysis check? It's not going to matter. And yep, heads. Okay. See, when it doesn't matter, you get the coin flips. You get all the flips when it doesn't friggin' matter. But when you need them, man, when you're down, when you're going through by the seat of your pants, you got no help in the world. But anyways, we win our first battle against Sam, even though it was scripted, so we won. It still feels good. Basically, this is how the Pokemon Trading Card Game is played. It's a game in which you try to knock out as many of your opponent's Pokemon as there are prizes. That's the gist of it. Excuse me. If you don't understand something, talk to Sam. It might be helpful to practice again, too. This time was just practice, so I had you follow everything I said. Yeah, don't remind me. But there are other styles of play, so try them out by choosing a normal duel. Now look at his hair. What is up with that hair? It's like a kind of a weird mullet. God, whatever. Okay, so basically, if we wanted to, God knows why we would, we could do a practice battle with Sam here as many times as we'd like. Now then, let's build your deck. Did you bring your cards? I guess I did. I honestly had no idea. Let me add some of my cards to yours. Now, Ryan, what kind of deck do you want? So we get 3 choices here. Charmander and Friends, Squirtle and Friends, or Bulbasaur and Friends. We're going to use Charmander and Friends. Everyone loves Charizard. This is the trading card game. Who doesn't friggin' love Charizard? So we're just going to build that deck here. Oh, a Charmander and Friends deck. Here are the remaining cards. So we get our first deck built for us. Now that's actually kind of a cool thing here. When you win basically every other battle in this game, you get booster packs in which you get different cards. And there's also different ways to get cards. There's a guy you can trade with and things like that, but we'll get to that. And now he's going to explain the idea that, ooh, look at us getting down. Alright. And sometimes I have gotten our little guy. Sometimes you can get the guy to dance. Basically, basic RPG stuff here. You move with the arrow keys. You can hold B and move to run faster. This room right now. You can build decks here. Completely useless. Everybody's getting down. Honestly, who doesn't love this? But for now, I'm just going to show you guys the map here. I don't think any of these guys have anything interesting to say. But let's see really quick. What do you have to say? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, these guys are basically just explaining the gist of the game. And the text goes so slow. Okay. Now, basically, this is the overworld. It doesn't work like a lot of the other Pokemon games where you're free to explore the world, meet people, things like that. You're basically limited to what you can get to on the board here, which is different clubs. Each different type has a club. So I'll go through those really quick. I just call them the gyms. I'm just going to call them the gyms from now on because, let's face it, it's Pokemon. They're gyms. You have fighting, lightning, rock. This is some dude's house. This is the challenge hall. We'll get to that in a little while. The Pokemon Dome, which is where our final battles will where our final battles will take place. The Water Club, the Grass Club, the Science Club, which is really weird. Basically, that's a kind of a mixture of grass and psychic types. Mostly what we would call poison in the RPGs, but There are a lot fewer types in the trading card game, as you guys might know. And then this is fire. Of course, this game was done before Generation 2, so there is no steel or dark types. But that being said, we've got the fire deck, so let's head over to the grass club before we call it a day here and see what we find. Ugh, this guy looks pissed. Well, getting the grass medal wasn't that hard. If I keep this up, I should be able to get the legendary Pokemon cards. What? It's you, Ryan. What are you doing here? Huh? That's a deck? Are you trying to get the legendary Pokemon cards? Well, hell yeah I am. What do you think I'm not? You're a friggin' asshole. What? I can't believe it. You, the legendary Pokemon cards? Ha 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 ha. Don't make me laugh. Alright, listen up. I'll teach you what it's about. Oh my god, I don't want to hear all of this. Basically, I'll explain while we skip through his dialogue. Basically, we have to beat the 8 gyms and then take on the Elite Four to get the legendary Pokemon cards. Simple. Okay, so basically, this guy is kind of our rival. He's already got the first medal. He's a medal ahead of us. I think he stays a medal ahead of us. God, what an asshole, just pushing us out of the way. I really need to cut down my usage of that word. I have to expand my vocabulary of dirty words here. But now that we have that, yeah, basically, he's going to be our rival, one step ahead of us, a la Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. But eventually, we will prevail, because let's face it, we're the main character, we're wearing a red hat. We're named Ryan. We're going to be fine. But in the next episode, we're going to see what we can do here in the grass gym, and hopefully maybe get the first medal. So, from the coffee table, I am Baltasar. I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you very, very soon.